During the production of The Hobbit, a crucial element was discovering the appropriate ambience for the melody of the Misty Mountains song, performed by the dwarves in Bag End. What you may not be aware of is the intriguing process involved in finding the perfect rendition of the song, as the song was pivotal in setting up the movie and the entire dwarves' quest to reclaim their homeland.
I think the Misty Mountains song is their history encapsulated. When I first heard it, I immediately brought to my mind, these are medieval Icelandic dwarves. The dwarves that Tolkien had in his mind that influenced him early on in his career. In fact, the names of the dwarves Tolkien took directly from the Poetic Edda, which is a group of medieval Norse sagas.
I mean, we cut a little bit of later and the dwarves are gathered, staring at the fire, and Thorin begins to sing in a low voice.
Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away ere break of day to find our long-forgotten gold.
In The Hobbit, we were shooting the movie a long time before Howard Shore worked on the score, and we needed the actors on set to be able to sing these songs. And so we turned to Plan 9, a wonderful group of musicians here in New Zealand, and we've often turned to Plan 9 to provide practical music that we need on set. If we have a party scene and we need dancing, or we need singing in a pub.
But the only true for the brave and true comes from the Green Dragon.
And they came up with the Misty Mountains tune.
We knew that the dwarven culture was one that they were great singers, you know.
Something that everybody in the culture would do.
3 or 4 chords.
So we had a few different versions of that.
How many demos did we give of Misty Mountain?
6 or 8.
I think we did 8.
Far over the misty mountains cold,
To dungeons deep and caverns old.
There was one that goes, far over the misty mountains cold, where caverns deep and canyons old.
We must away ere break of day to find our long forgotten gold.
We didn't know which one they would want.
It's really interesting. You sort of send them off and you go,
The pines were roaring on the height, the winds were moaning in the night, the fire was red, it flaming spread, the trees like torches blazed with light, to find our long forgotten gold.
We were doing Richard Armitage's audition and he was just about to leave, and I was looking down at some of my notes and I suddenly thought, oh yeah, of course, Misty Mountains. And I said to him, can you sing? And he sort of went, well, yeah, which was really funny because that boy, can that guy sing?
Far over the misty mountains cold.
Far over. Wow, it comes out of nowhere. It's just, what a beautiful voice. I hate him.
There is something religious about the sound, but it needed to be right from the gut, right from the core. Not too much of a performance. It's very personal how these voices are blending.
Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old.
It turns out that as an ensemble we have a beautiful kind of resonant choir within.
Ere break of day, to find our long forgotten gold.
So is everyone good to shoot?
Yes. Yeah. Good. Towards the end of the song, I think it's good if Richard turns around and really connects with you guys, and then just as the song reaches its finale, you know, in the last verse or something, you can start to look up at Richard, and that might draw the last couple of you to your feet. All right, well, let's give it a go, eh? Shoot.
Yeah.
Set.
And playback.
Over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old.
If you're interested in seeing more behind-the-scenes stuff, news, and Easter eggs from the Middle-earth universe, consider hitting that subscribe button below, as we have a lot more content in the pipeline.